Hey, it's producer Rob. We've got Jeff and we've got Bart over here.
Guys.
Thanks for tuning in. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, thank you very much.
Yes.
If you're listening to us right now, that means you're not seeing us, but you can see us if you want to. Just go to Jeep Beach Official on YouTube, and you'll be able to find out everything that we've done in the past, most of them anyway.
That's a scary thought.
Videos. Yeah. And if you are watching this and you want the audio portion of it, all your favorite podcast platforms will cover that.
Yes.
So, ready for the show?
Ready.
You ready?
Yes,
We're ready.
Thanks for tuning in. Here we go.
It's now time for another episode of the Off-Road Toolbox. A Jeepers guide to everything off-road. Powered by Best Price Trailers.
Hey, welcome back for another episode of the Off-Road Toolbox. Here.
There you go.
Yeah, see, yeah.
We got a full house.
We got a, you know what? We're like sardines in here.
Yeah, we are.
Got talking to the microphone there,
talking to the
guys.
Well, I'm
Microphone.
trying to, but I have to share the mic with our
Just-
guests.
You're good.
There
What?
you go.
Yeah,
See, you can
oh
see
my
how you
God,
can
I can hear
that.
you.
Whoa.
I thought you can't hear me with my
That-
voice.
That's Bart, by
Yes.
the way.
So, yeah.
Yes, I'm Bart, but we have guests.
We do.
We got
do
Rob.
have-
Don't forget Rob.
Yeah, we can't forget Rob.
It's not a big deal. That's all right.
It's not a big deal. Well, we got some visitors from one of our local supporters.
And then
Partner.
some. And then some.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then some.
And did we not just do a class with them?
Daytona's Garage.
Daytona Garage.
Yes.
Yes.
Daytona's Garage. We got Matt.
Hello.
We got Carl.
Hello.
And we got
Danny.
Danny. Danny's a little camera shy today, so she's going to come in 2 weeks with us, and we're going to have some fun with her.
Just,
You can say. We need to say something here.
Okay. I always am behind the camera, not in front of it.
Yeah, she's very camera shy.
But you make a lot of things work.
Yes.
You make.
Follow us on Facebook. It's great.
so again, follow who? Daytona's Garage.
Daytona's Garage.
That's right.
And Daytona Dodge.
And
Oh, and Daytona.
Oh, that's right.
You
All right.
can't forget them.
Let's see. Daytona, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
Yes.
And Daytona's Garage as well, right? That's part of it.
So what does Daytona Garage do for the dealership? Somebody, anybody.
Anybody.
Bueller.
We upfit all the vehicles.
Go ahead.
We do upfits on the Jeeps, Rams, Chargers. We'll do our Challengers. We do running boards, lift kits, tires, wheel packages,
Leather.
Custom
leather.
graphics.
Oh, custom graphics. So if they do it there, people have sometimes a concern that if you modify, you change your Jeep, you void the warranty.
Not true.
That we agree with that, but some people have the misconception or they're told that. But getting it done at the dealership is like a double plus, right?
Correct.
It's done by you guys, and you guys are going to service. And if there's any warranty calls, it's going to be in the same franchise or same group.
So maybe they're thinking of when they have something done at another place and then come into the dealership, that the dealership would void the warranty.
We don't know. That could happen. Maybe, maybe not. Carl, you would know. Somebody.
It's kind of tricky.
Okay.
An aftermarket part can't automatically void your warranty. So if you put an exhaust on your vehicle and your radio goes out the next day, they're not tied together.
Yeah,
So
yes,
you're still
yeah.
going to get covered for your radio or electrical
Okay.
issues. But
And
if the
I think
exhaust
that's-
cause problems, then Chrysler or Fiat can say, hey, we can't cover that.
Right. And I think that's where the misconception comes in, because when you read some of the forums on the line, you know, they're giving out bad information out there. So, and I've known that if you, like you said, if you, let's say I put bigger tires on, my brakes go out. Well, guess what? That's on me. It's not on the dealership.
It's the dealership's responsibility to prove that the bigger tires caused the brakes to
Right.
fail.
I'm just using that for
Yeah.
for instance. So, what drew you guys to work with Jeeps specifically?
I purchased my first Jeep back in 2005, and I've been a fan ever since.
And still are?
Still are.
Still
I
will be?
currently don't drive it. I got too many little people.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'll be back in a Jeep eventually.
Well, there is the Grand Cherokee.
There is. It's not for me. The doors don't come off. The top doesn't go down.
See, now that's the best part about a Jeep.
Yes.
The fact
Yes.
that you can do that.
Yeah.
And the best part about it, in addition to that, is all the aftermarket stuff you can put on
Yes.
the Jeep.
Yes.
And which brings us to the next question is, how did this whole thing with Daytona Garage, how did this all
How did
become
it come
part
about?
of the dealership?
Randy. Randy has a vision for.
Randy is whom?
Randy is our dealer principal. /
Randy Dye.
Yeah,
Randy
Randy
Dye.
Dye. He's a big, kind of a big deal guy. He is.
He had a vision. He loves accessorizing vehicles, not just his own, but the vehicles that we have there at the dealership and our customers. So he gives us the opportunity to kind of freehand what we do with lot vehicles, as well as his ideas, and whatever a customer wants to do. 99% of the time, we won't say no.
So let me ask you this: doesn't his son, or doesn't he own a race car too?
He does.
So he might be a little bit into modifying vehicles, just a little bit.
Just a bit.
Yeah.
We just actually did some modifications for his new car.
But let me get back to you, because you don't have a Jeep presently. If you could do put a third row seat in your JL or JK, that might help your problems, right? To get you back in a Jeep. I'm going to get you back in a Jeep.
So there is an aftermarket company that does make a third row
Whoa.
adapter for a JK.
Yes.
It's TerraFlex.
Yep.
But I didn't feel secure putting my kids back there.
Really?
Yeah, it's probably more in my mind than anything else. But it is. It's
They put the TJ, the TJ
seat back there.
Put the CJ seat, and it just comes down to seat belts.
Yep.
Grade A bolts and seat belts. And I can tell you about rolling around in a vehicle. They've been flipped a few times in armored vehicles, so I can tell you, what works doesn't work.
It was for us. You couldn't put three seats across the car seats.
Yeah, oh no.
Across the
Oh
back.
no.
So what we'll need to do then is we'll need to get a Jeep with that third row in there, put in that TerraFlex, and then have Bart drive it and then roll it.
No, I'm not rolling anymore.
No.
And
because-
actually, I wasn't a driver rolling it. I don't roll vehicles.
Okay. All right. Well, no, for this specific purpose, just to see. You say you like to test all these new products out.
Correct. But
Right?
if you're rolling your vehicle, you're failing driving training. I'm just gonna
Sometimes
tell you.
accidents happen.
I don't.
They can learn at our off-road 101 course, though.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Or the other ones.
Very
yes.
much so.
Good that.
Yes.
Good
Very
job.
good
But
one.
we don't want to roll. We want to keep everybody
Yeah,
safe.
we're going to keep them all four on the ground.
Yes.
So stay tuned for our next class.
Boy, for the girl who didn't want to talk.
And look at her
Look at
go.
this. Great plugs, by the way.
Thank you.
So, another question. For customization, what does your shop like to work on?
Lift kits.
You guys are slow. Yeah, I like her. You guys are slow. You guys are picking blueberries.
Personally, we love customers' brand new vehicles. Gets us the opportunity to go in with a clean slate.
Right.
No already broken parts, no worn out parts. We just get to get in there, put their parts on, get the vehicle out so that they can be happy with their brand new vehicle and go from there.
And you do it in under usually a day or so,
Usually, yeah.
depending on what they want.
Depending on what they want, yeah. Some things take a little bit longer, but for a lift kit, wheels and tires, that basic kind of stuff, that's the 3/4 of a day to a day.
Let's see here. What's the highest modification? Well, I shouldn't say highest. What's the most popular modification that they want?
Man, running boards probably is our
Really?
most popular. That's what we do the most of.
A lot of electric power running boards,
Wow, I wouldn't have thought
wouldn't
of
guess that.
Me
Nope.
neither.
Nope.
leather. We do a lot
Lot
of
of
leather.
leather.
Really?
Yep.
Leather seats?
Yep.
Cat skins.
Yes, good leather. Headlights, a lot of headlights.
I can see
Yeah,
that.
the headlights without a doubt.
Headlights and Jeeps are just.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Jeep, you failed.
Unless you get the LEDs
unless
that
you
come
get
with
the
it.
package.
But even
That's what
I've
they
got the
put on
LEDs,
everything.
and
They'll put me out of
it's still
business.
kind of dimmish. to
Really?
me. Yeah,
Really?
to me.
Okay.
We're aftermarket, man. I'm living on the sun. Bart, you got a question for him?
I'm just absorbing. I'm just taking all this in because they actually do a lot more than what people would think.
Yeah, I mean, you would think most people think they're just a dealership.
Yes.
But we can confirm that they do have a camper.
We do have a camper. Come buy it.
It's taking up space over there, right?
Oh, let's look at the trailer. You got that trailer.
Yeah.
That trailer's pretty cool, though.
That's actually
is.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
That should be. You gonna do a Jeep Beat special on that?
Actually, the folks that manufacture that, they'll be back for Jeep Beach this year, I believe, and they're going to put it back in their booth and probably take it home with them if they don't sell it.
That would be neat.
It is.
So with all the modifications that you guys do, what modification Jeep owners often overlook but makes a big difference? Crickets.
It's an open question. It's so hard.
It's
right?
an open question.
Tough one.
Speedometer calibration.
Yeah.
A
Really?
lot of people
For the tires. As soon
For
as you
the
change the
tires,
tires.
yeah.
Ah, that's right. That's a good one.
$100, and it changes your
Shift points.
on your
Yeah.
vehicle. It changes the amount of miles that are going on your odometer,
Yeah.
how fast you're actually going, and a lot of people say, you know what, not in the budget right now. I'd rather have the bigger wheels.
But so can you just reprogram that with a computer, or do you get them a programmer?
Both.
You do both.
You
Yes.
do both, okay.
We go through a whole conversation with
Yeah.
the customer. Here's what you can do. Here's what you can't do. Here's
Yep.
what this tool will offer
Yeah.
you. Mopar has a custom calibration tool that you can use. Comes in, it's good for 60 days. Or there's other programmers out there, calibration tools that we like to use because that stays with the customer and the vehicle. And there's a lot of other things that they can
So
do. with it.
Super Chips is one.
Yes, the
What's
flash
another
cal.
brand?
Bully Dog is another one, isn't it? Bully Dog?
AEV, Taser. There's a lot of.
Is there
brands.
one better than the other, or they're all pretty much? They're all programmers, and they're gonna adjust for tires. They're gonna do some things for octane.
I find the most user friendly is going to be the Super Chip Flash Cal.
Yep.
So if Danny, who probably doesn't have a lot of technical knowledge, wanted to make a change in her vehicle,
Yep.
it's super simple.
From the
and easy to
BMW?
use. yeah,
BMW.
I'm sure they have tools for the BMW.
Oh, without a
but,
doubt.
but it's super easy and friendly to use. Taser probably has the biggest spectrum of things you can
Yes.
do and cool stuff,
Yeah.
but it's not as user friendly to use.
No, because you
can
got to
get
sit there with a
lost
piece
in
of
it.
paper and you got to do the buttons and this and
Yeah.
slap your head a couple of times.
Yes.
and Go
Wait,
from there.
Undo your seatbelt 5 times.
Yeah.
Click the power button, and it's awesome. I love the functionality of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's just a little bit harder to use for somebody who's not mechanically
You
inclined.
spend a day doing it.
Yeah.
So you guys do the aftermarkets you put on. Do you offer ready to go, already pre-built Jeeps on lot?
We do, yes.
Okay.
We always have somewhere between 5 and 10 Jeeps on the lot that are already pre-built with either Randy's or mine or Matt's kind of creativity that said, here's the theme that we want to build. Let's just run with it. And go
I
there."
think we were asked to come up with a list for them.
Yes, actually. So,
Yeah, the Jeep build off.
yeah.
That's
we're,
right.
we're going to do a off-road toolbox.
It'd be a big box with a lot of tools in it. Way a lot.
No, I mean, so
We already have a room full.
So
Who's number
obviously, the Wrangler is going to be your most modified vehicle, I would say, you're going to deal with.
Yeah.
And then, of course, your sports cars. Whatever, people are going to just tweak those a little bit.
I would say the Ram 1500s
Really?
are probably our second most accessorized vehicles.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's some pretty sweet looking Rams out there. You see them driving around. Oh yeah. Yep.
Utility stuff. If you think about the tonneau covers, bed
Right.
liners, floor mats,
Leveling kits.
leveling kits
Yeah.
in the front end, a more aggressive tire, even anything from a tradesman up to a tungsten, we're doing something to them. So
Tradesman's like the entry level, right?
yes, yeah, work truck.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Guys want steps for the beds, things like that, spraying bed liners.
Yeah.
What are some of the biggest mistakes that people make when they're upgrading their Jeeps?
Thinking about today and not tomorrow.
Or not coming to you. If you don't go to again, there's different levels of mechanics and people who work on your vehicle. So find one that works for you, and then build that relationship.
Yeah, somebody's gonna be honest with you, not try to sell you.
Go ahead. What do you want?
Well, and sometimes people buy the parts, but they might not fit the vehicle that they have.
Yes.
And then bring it in and expect you to make it work.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All the time.
We try our best, but we would love to have the conversation before you spend the money.
All right. What do you think that Mopar could probably, or I should say Jeep, Stellantis, could improve on with the Jeeps that we have now? What would be your number one thing
For me personally,
for you personally?
Without getting in trouble.
I would love to see a 5.7 Hemi and a Wrangler, especially a 2-door
Oh,
Rubicon.
man.
That would be a lot of fun with those 410 gears.
Yeah.
But then again, that skinny pedal costs you a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, what's
It's
the-
miles per gallon, not miles.
That's true too.
So how much different is the 5.7 and 392 the same engine or no?
No, the 392 is a 6.4 liter.
So it's a little bit better.
So a little bit.
more powerful.
A
Yeah.
little bit bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
a
And
little
now,
more better.
now that I'm driving the Eco Diesel, I'd love to see him come back with the Eco Diesel.
I've heard a lot of people.
A lot of people like the torque that it's
Great
got.
motor, yeah.
Yep. And then overseas, because it hasn't been here for, well, they just did it. But around the world, Jeeps with diesel, especially that, they're phenomenal. Especially if you put a twin turbo in it. Not saying that people, but I've seen it done.
I think they had them in the Liberties.
Yeah, the Liberty had the Italian diesel engine in it, and that was a single turbo. I'm not saying the Israelis put twin turbo diesels in their Jeeps, but they did, and they would scoot. They would really move.
You can actually put aftermarket diesel or aftermarket turbos in those.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
So you could take the particular engine that the Jeeps come with now. Have you done that there? Have you put in turbos in some of those?
No, we have not.
You haven't done that?
We've done a few superchargers.
Oh, okay. All right.
Screwers.
Magnusons and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And have you guys driven those before?
Yes.
How does it compare? I mean, is it a big difference?
Yes.
Nice. Okay. All right.
It's kind of like
So, in the diesel you have, is that turbo or non-turbo?
It's a turbo.
It's a turbo. Yeah.
Now, if you put that supercharger in, is that covered? Does that void your warranty?
If you put a supercharger into a Jeep and you have engine issues and we can tell you that the supercharger caused the issue, then yes, that would void that portion.
But what happens if you guys put it on?
We will work with the manufacturer of the supercharger to get it covered for you. Can't
Okay.
make any guarantees.
No,
or
I
anything
know.
like that.
But
And-
you-
and it co- is
you're going to put in something that's compatible with it first
Yeah.
and foremost, not just going to your local
And then you good.
magazine and figuring it out.
And you can't be responsible for the driver or their lack of ability to drive the vehicle properly so they don't damage it. That's the
Or-
biggest thing.
What I find more than that is lack of maintenance.
Okay.
Yeah, when you do a supercharger, there's special oils
Yes.
that you have to use
Yep.
and belts that you have to use, and people don't always tend to.
Have you seen some people come in with some, I don't want to say, for lack of a better term, messed up Jeeps after putting a supercharger in?
Yes.
Okay. So they have, and that's
To the
because of
point where
maintenance.
We've removed the supercharger, put it back to factory, and
Did you have to rebuild the engine or just take the supercharger off?
yes.
Yes.
Probably
Both.
both, because they're going to mess it up. They're,
So it runs the gamut of
Yeah,
all
but
kinds
yeah.
of things.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, when you start pushing that much air into a cylinder,
Yes.
something's going to give.
So do you guys have like a favorite build? When you look at a Jeep, you're going, this is what I like to do all the time. Is there something you like better than others?
Sometimes I have to take my personal preference out of things
Right,
sometimes.
okay.
Because what I want isn't always what everybody else wants.
Okay. Well, what is it what do you like? What is your, like, if you were to say this will handle both off-road and be drivable and it'll be just fine.
For me personally,
Yeah.
give me a Mopar 2-inch lift, some BFG KO2s on the Mopar beadlocks.
Okay.
That would suffice.
No,
for
I'm going
me.
to ask this. Are they DOT approved deed locks like the Hutchinson?
Yes.
Good. All right.
Yes.
That's a big. I'm right with you. That to me, 2-inch lift, bead locks, BF Goodrich tires.
That's what I rode in Moab, and the Jeep went
Everywhere.
What size tires?
35s.
35s.
Okay.
Yeah. That to me is a perfect package when you do, and just with 410 gears.
Yeah.
You know.
Rubicon.
All right,
Yeah,
Matt.
yeah.
You're up.
I'm very similar. Simple, clean.
Yeah.
We do the lights on the Jeeps. That's not my preference. A lot of lights, and I like it. Just a simple, capable,
Yep.
with some ground clearance and some articulation capabilities, and I'm good to go.
Yeah, because you had was it an LJ that you had that was highly modified?
I had a JK
JK. That's what it was.
37s, and it was, I'd done just about everything you could to it. Now I have the Rubicon, and I don't have to
No.
do anything.
No.
What brand lift do you guys like? You see, do people pick their own, or do you have a
Or is
certain?
Mopar your main one?
Obviously, because we're a dealership,
Right.
Mopars are
You have your own,
preference,
okay, all right.
And we know it's 3 year 36,000 on the bumper to bumper warranty.
Yep.
that we're
Right.
Covered by. So that's an awesome feature all by itself. If you want to go from there, probably my next guess for just a everyday build's probably going to be one of the TerraFlex kits.
Okay.
Really?
It all depends on what the customer wants to do with their vehicle.
No, that's
If they're-
interesting.
If they're going to the beach,
Yep.
they don't need anything that's going to have a ton
No.
of articulation.
Yes.
If they're going out to Ocala, they might need something a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
But it all depends on the conversation that you have with the customer that's building the vehicle.
Okay. So biggest suggestion is if you're looking at doing modified stuff to your Jeep is to come in and talk to these guys and say, hey, listen, this is what I want to do. They're going to sit down and they're going to put together a package that's going to work for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And it really, you have to zero in on what the customers, what they plan to do with it.
Yeah.
When's the new? I know they remodel the Jeeps every so often. It's coming up in a couple of years, if not sooner.
I think they've already started for this upcoming year. There's modifications coming.
Not a total remodel.
No, the 2020, the 24, 25 model has the new radio, new interior features.
Okay.
I think a couple of new paints.
Yeah, some new colors are coming out, but a lot of the stuff is kind of things that you don't see. The size of bolts that are in there that didn't used to be in there. And,
Okay.
So they upgraded.
Yeah. Yep.
So they're learning from the first. Every year goes on, they kind of
Yes.
learn what needs to be
Small,
improved.
small things change.
Yeah.
And that's with any automotive type deal that you're dealing with.
So you have these built-up Jeeps. Where do you like to take them? Where's a good place? Where do you guys go? Where would you suggest? I know it's hard.
Well, because Hard Rock is
Hard
closed
Rock
now.
is closed now.
Hard Rock
It's
off
up for
Hard
sale
Rock is-
Yeah.
again.
It's up for sale.
There's for sale.
Yeah,
I used to like going to Volusia Mall. That was fun.
The Volusia.
So maybe if Mr. Dye wants to invest $9 million, he can do Hard Rock Off Road Park, which I think
We need
it's a little
something closer,
overpriced.
though.
That's
We
a little overpriced. But yeah.
Man.
We need something closer.
Yeah. And actually, Jeep Beach has been looking for some land to do a co-op with. And actually, if you believe it or not, the sheriff's office was at one point interested in doing together to do.
Tell you, there's 20 acres and then
We need
some
more than 20
on the
acres.
corner. Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
we need
wow.
at least
Okay.
at least
More than
200
20
acres.
Need more than 20? Okay.
Yeah.
200 acres minimum, and that'll give you enough to do your off-roading stuff, do some
Yes.
trails, plus have
Yes.
storage and whatnot.
If the three
Okay.
groups can get together, I think we could do an off-road center.
We could probably do a cool little track out in Tiger Bay.
Yes. Yes.
It's kind of local. You get the east
Yes.
and west coast of
Right.
Volusia County.
Yep.
So you'll
Yeah,
have
that would be
both.
cool. Yep. That'd be cool. So modifications in the future for the Jeeps, what do you guys see? Do you see anything coming down the road? Do you hear about anything? Can you fill us in with any kind of scoop?
Two-door maybe?
Oh, there's still a two-door.
There's going to be some
Two-door
prototypes
Gladiator.
at Jeep
Oh,
Beach.
that would be pretty cool.
Actually, they released a picture of it
That
after
they're bringing.
after they
Are they gonna,
after Randy had a talk with us.
We'll see some really cool concept
yeah,
vehicles, yeah.
like the Scrambler coming back?
Something
Kinda.
like that. Something
Yeah.
like that.
It would be like a Scrambler. It'd just take that second set of doors off and
And weren't they going to put a 392 in a Gladiator? No, I'm not laughing. I mean, that was one of the things I saw in the concepts they were looking at was
That would be awesome.
they were looking at
with
it.
the new leadership,
it'd be very
the
possible.
sky's the limit.
Yeah, anything's possible right now.
So
We'll be just as shocked as the public when all these things.
Oh,
come
I know.
out.
And then again, we're the little guys. I mean, I'm not sure they're going to come to Off-Road Toolbox and say, "Hey, show me what you got." I mean,
you never know. We may be we're worldwide as it is.
I think I'll have fun. I think it'll be like in that movie with the Ferrari. I think I'll have Mr. Ford pinned in a seat. I just got to say,
This is what we want.
when I get that, I was like, yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Well, how about any new projects? You guys got anything currently at Daytona's garage you guys
There
are
you
working
go.
on?
Yeah,
We've got a lot of things coming up.
working on an
obviously-
alpha right now.
Yeah, we're working on an Alfa Romeo right now. We're
Really?
doing some custom stuff too.
Like what kind of stuff do you do for those vehicles?
Visual.
Visual.
It's all gonna be graphics.
Oh,
And just
really?
kind of change the look of the vehicle. So you've got 15 of them out there, and they all look the same
Yeah.
other than
Yep.
the color. So we're gonna put a spoiler on it, some hood graphics.
On an Alfa Romeo.
Yeah.
All right.
It'll look cool when it's all said and done.
Now, you're seeing any more interest in overlanding builds versus like rock crawlers or mud rigs? When you're building these Jeeps, and even I guess you could even take that into the whole Ram.
Yeah,
for
it could
those
be
that
any
wanna,
vehicle.
Are you seeing any changes, or what do people normally like to do in their builds?
When we go to shows, we see a ton of overland stuff.
Okay,
It's big. It's
Here-
big right now.
Here locally, we don't get the interest in it. We don't get a lot of people that
Too
come
hot.
in and say, yeah.
Too hot during
Do
the
you
summer.
have a window units you can put in the tent?
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, all right.
But we always see off-road stuff, and the Jeep market has kind of changed per se. It all used to be off-road. It all used to be beach people.
Right.
Now you get a lot more people who come in and want a 22-inch wheel on a 33-inch.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
Again, that's their choice. Again,
Yeah,
they're
I
not
mean, that's-
off-roading. They
that's-
just want looks.
So we were talking about what mine and Matt's preference would
Yeah.
be in a vehicle.
Right.
But that market is out there, and if you
Yes.
go anywhere, you see it.
Yes.
Especially if you go on I-4. I mean,
Oh, I-4. I see it all the time.
they
It's like,
have
oh,
to go
what?
straight. Their
Gladiator, what?
tires are too wide.
Yes.
You can't turn. So
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot more high-end audio
Yes.
coming out.
Yeah.
More plug-and-play speaker packages and new,
Now video
new head
packages
units.
too, because you've got the new the new screens are new for the new generation, right?
Yeah, in fact, it's a wide, it's a, what, double bay almost,
It's a
wide.
10.4.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10.4.
It's wide.
Matt and I went to a trade show last week, and I'm not kidding. Some of the screens that we saw for the Wranglers and stuff are as big as a Mac.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
it's
basically-
like a 32-inch.
So it's an
17-inch.
iPad, big screen.
Yeah.
Bigger than that.
Yeah.
Bigger than that. Wow.
Stinger's new radio is going to be
Oh, the Sting.
huge.
I saw the Stinger, and I'm kind of like,
It's
It's
probably
sweet.
bigger than the one you saw, the one that they're bringing to production.
Oh.
It's
It's a whole media package.
oh
Like
man.
a 14-inch
Bigger,
screen,
14.
single DIN unit, but a 14-inch screen, all touch screen.
Wow. Bart, I think we're outdone.
We are. This is it.
I want my knobs back. I want my push button.
microwaves.
Yeah. Well, anything else you can think of you want to ask these gentlemen?
No, I think they've done, and Danny have done an
Yes,
excellent,
Danny did an excellent job.
excellent job. Excellent job. And it was a lot of information, a lot of things you don't think about. And it's nice to have that, like, okay, here's where we're going to go. Here's what we can do.
Kind of like what we do. We kind of scratch the surface and
Yes.
then get you to really think about what you
Yes.
need to.
So any work needs to be done, Daytona Garage.
Yes.
I never know how to say the name of the dealership. It's Dodge, Ram, Chrysler. No.
Dodge,
Dodge, Chrysler.
Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep,
Jeep.
Ram, a.k.a. Daytona Garage.
That's easier to say, Daytona Garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Even though it's just a small part of what they do.
Oh, they're,
Yes.
they're huge. They're huge.
Yep.
Well, guys and lady, thank
Thank
you
you
for.
guys. Thank
I almost
you guys
forgot.
very much.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Yes.
We'll do this again some more when we get towards like maybe end of Jeep Beach. Bring
Yes.
you all in and see how things went for Jeep Beach for y'all.
Yep.
And even while we're out there.
When we're out there.
And for you guys,
Yes.
Yes, we'll be
Yes.
back after Jeep Beach.
We got some stuff coming up.
Couple
Yes.
more.
just to hear what your lineup is and what you're going to be doing during Jeep Beach.
Well, that's kind of changed because my work schedule changed.
You should
Yeah.
retire.
I need to go back. Well, yeah. I had a few contracts. If I got those contracts back, I would I could be able to do a lot more. And we had some big plans. We're still going to do some stuff for Jeep
Yeah.
Beach. I just got pulled back in.
He
a little
got
bit.
rained back, so he'll only be out there with me Saturday.
I'm working on Friday.
Oh, wow.
That
are
just
working on
happened.
Friday.
That just.
Yep.
That
Oh,
just.
man.
that-
Update.
that
He will be
just-
with me Friday.
No, not yet. It's not official. It's not official. It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. It
Well,
was,
follow us on Facebook and stay tuned.
We
Because
will.
we'll
Yeah.
give you an
you'll,
update.
you'll never know where I show up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. Social media, Daytona's Garage.
Yes.
Daytona's Garage.
Is it apostrophe S?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Any
Daytona's
Instagram or
Garage.
Twitter?
Yes.
Both of those.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
TikTok. There we
Yeah.
go.
TikTok. Oh, that's back. That's right. I forgot.
Somewhat.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Thank you. Thank
we
you very
appreciate
much.
y'all for coming in. And you out there, keep listening. And by all means, go check them out at Daytona Garage.
And there you have it. Don't you feel smarter now? We'll drop more knowledge on you soon. Thanks for listening to the Off-Road Toolbox, powered by Best Price Trailers.